Hi fellow makeup fiends, today's video is a sort of requested promised sort of video. This is for Katie. Katie is going to be buying a MAC lipstick for her mum and she wants a red one. So I said that I would do a video on the MAC reds available. Now these ones over here are all limited edition and aren't readily available. You can get them on eBay, but you really do need to check with the seller to see if they're a really good seller. I am going to do a video on that. I promised it a while ago, but I do have a fake eyeshadow which is somewhere that I cannot locate and I do want to show you in the video, so I'll try and find it. If I can't, I'll just have to do the video without, but I will tell you how to. I can't guarantee that the person will be like a registered user and a really reliable user, but I will try and give you the best advice I can about the people I've found and the people that I have used. Sorry for the sniffing. I came down with a cold again last night. This is cold season for me. Anyway, these are from the standard line and these limited edition, but we're going to start with the standard line. Now this is most of my collection. I would say there's about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, there's 10 ones that I haven't included in this video, but one of them is one that I haven't used, so I didn't see the point in putting it in because I haven't worn it, so I can't really give you an opinion. And then a couple of other ones are really quite dark, so I didn't want to go for a dark red. I wanted to go for a standard classic red lip. So starting with these ones over here. The first one is New York Apple. Now this is a frost, so this one's quite unique. It's quite a different sort of red because it does have that frost quality. This is not for everybody, but I really do love this one. And I'm going to do a swatch of this one for you. So that's it there. As you can see, it's not a very vibrant red. It's more of sort of a, I don't know, that colour when you look through red wine. Sort of like that. But it is really nice, and it's nice that it's a frost. It actually does look really pretty on the lips. So this is quite a sort of a more tame sort of red. The next one is Ladybug. And as you can see, this is a lovely sort of milky red. I would say this is a milky mid-tone red. As you can see, it does have nice pigmentation there. And this is quite a bright red, but I just feel like it hasn't got like a lot of darkness, so it's not like a blue-based sort of colour. It just is quite another sort of washed out sort of red, and that one's a luster. And of course the luster lipsticks are not quite as pigmented. They are a lot more sheer than a standard lipstick, which is why it's like that. So somebody who is wanting to wear red but doesn't want to go out for the full out red lip, wants to have something a bit more pulled back from that because they're just starting to try reds, then I would say that Ladybug is really good starter colour for a red lipstick because it looks really lovely on, but it's not super dramatic. It's something where you can build up to your big classic red lip. The next one is Ruby Woo. Yes, I have Ruby Woo and I have Riri Woo. So there is a difference actually slightly in the colour. And I will get Riri Woo as well, which is just over here. So Ruby Woo is a beautiful lipstick. It's matte and it's a beautiful red. It comes out a little bit darker in person. And that is the colour. It's a blue-based sort of red. But not as blue-based, I feel, as Russian red. This is incredibly wearable. It looks fantastic on. It is that really beautiful, very sort of pin-up sort of red, I think. Just a really nice, clean, true red. I love this, and these lipsticks, because they're matte, they last a really long time on the lips. I always moisturise before I use it, so I actually use this MAC Prep and Prime. This is my second tube of this stuff because this is just amazing and it just lasts ages, and it's a really good base for this. And I also put a lip liner on. The lip liner that I always use, just because it's a really versatile liner. I use this liner. I'd recommend this to anybody. This is Ozone by Urban Decay, and it's actually just a wax, so there is no coloration to it. It's just a wax you can line your lips with and it stops the colour from bleeding out. You really do need that when you're wearing a red lipstick because with it being such a really vibrant colour, you do notice when it starts to bleed away. I love this lip liner. It is an investment piece. It's around £13 to £14, but it does last a very long time, and it means you don't have to buy a ton of other lip liners and lots of colours to match all your lipsticks because this goes with every colour lipstick. So this is definitely something I would just highly recommend to anybody really. Riri Woo. So this one is Riri Woo. Yes, it is. Just had to check there. I actually had this one on today. Now, I don't know if you can see in that swatch, but there is a slight difference in the colour here. For me, this has a slightly more blue base to it. Only very slightly. It's very minimal, the difference between these two. I got Ruby Woo because I backed to Mac 6 items, and I got this because I was wearing Ruby Woo all the time. I didn't think they'd re-promote it, which they have. I now have it again, but this is a lipstick that I absolutely love. I wear it a lot. So I don't know if you can see in the swatch here, this just, I don't know, this just comes off as a little bit more brighter, more of a cherry sort of red. Just a very slight hue difference there, but there is a difference all the same. So that one is Ruby Woo and Ruby Woo. The next one is Mac Red. Look at that. This one's really quite vibrant. This is really lovely. And as you can see, this just swatches beautiful. It's such an incredible creamy lipstick, and this one is a satin finish, and you do get a very creamy finish with the satins. Now this is actually a beautiful cherry red. I absolutely love this one as well. It is a little bit darker, a bit more blue base than Ruby Woo. I don't know if you can see, that comes off as a lot brighter. So if this is a bit too bright for you, then you might want to take that one step down and go for Mac Red. Really, really pretty colour, that one. And it just wears so beautifully on the lips. The next one is Russian Red. Yeah. As you can see, this looks darker. Now this is a one that I don't know, I've toyed with selling this at some point, but I didn't because I wore it and I was like, oh, it's actually okay. This is an amplified finish. So this does have a little bit of a sheen to it, as you can see. And it is very blue based. This is a definite blue based red. It is nice on, but sometimes I just struggle with this one. I think it depends what other makeup I've got on. But it is a darker shade than this. It's kind of a murky sort of red, but it is really nice and it does last really well on the lips. Now I have got here Rambless Red. I think this is part of the permanent line. I'm not entirely sure. And this is a little like Russian Red, but it just has a bit more vibrancy. Don't know if you can see, it just has a slightly different red to that one. And this one is another amplified finish lipstick. So it goes along the same lines as Russian Red. You've got quite a nice shine to it, and it is just a little bit brighter than that one. So if Russian Red is just that shade too dark for you, a little bit too rich with the blue base, then that's quite a nice one to get instead. And then the last one is a shade called Dupes. And that's it there. Now as you can see, this is darker, and this one is an amplified finish again. So that is a darker red. It's not one of those really, really deep reds, which is why I kind of put it in with this. It just is that slightly darker, sort of arterial blood. I hate to describe things that way, but I'm a real horror fan. I'm really into all the sort of special effects makeup and stuff, and this is more of somewhere between a bright and dark red. So those are my standard line ones, and now we're going to get onto the limited edition ones that I've got. Winter, well, not last year, the year before. This one is called Such Flair, and I love this. This one is really quite bright, but it does have quite a nice berry edge to it. This one is a matte. I think it's really pretty. It's really nice. It is quite a blue base colour, but it's not quite as dark as Russian Red, and this is a matte, so it just lasts so long on the lips. It's amazing. And the other one that I've got from the winter collection of that year is Kangaroo Rouge, which was originally from the Dame Edna collection. And there it is there. This has got a beautiful sheen to it, and as you can see, although there's not a lot of difference, I know you're probably thinking, oh my god, all those swatches look exactly the same, but in person and when they're on your lips, they're a totally different thing. This is an amplified as well, so this has got a nice sheen to it, and it does come off a lot brighter. The next one is Runaway Red. Now, people say this is called Runway, but it's not, it's Runaway. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a misprint on some of our lipsticks, but this is Runaway Red, and as you can see, it's just that bit darker. And this one is a satin finish. I love satin finishes, they're really lovely. And that's it there. Now I don't know if you can see that. This actually is, although it's a lovely red, this does have a lot of berry tones to it. You can definitely see that it's got that rich, deeper colour about it. It just doesn't come off quite as dark as some other lipsticks that are, you know, that way. This one is called Red Racer, and it's another satin. This one's really bright. That's it there. Really bright, lovely, gorgeous. I love this one so much. The next one is called Absolute Power. It's another one of those ones that looks very deceiving because it looks incredibly dark, berry sort of shade, and then when you get it on, it's a huge surprise. Although it is a berry shade, you can see it actually is very similar to that one there. This one is a matte colour, and it just gives you sort of the matte quality of the satin, so it's really quite nice. It's sort of a berry sort of red. Really love wearing that one. The next one is Ronnie's Red. This one is from the Archie Girl collection from Veronica's. Is that Veronica or is that Betty? It's Veronica. I had an uncle called Ronnie, so that kind of drew me to this colour. Again, another berry sort of colour, but as you can see, it just has a much more red tones to it there. And that finish is a matte. I love matte lipsticks, especially reds. The next one is Must Be Red, which was from a bag collection. As you can see, this is just a beautiful, beautiful bright red. And that's it there. That is probably the lightest of all my reds and brightest. And it is a cream sheen. You gotta love a cream sheen. They're so creamy on the lip. And then the last one I'm going to show you is from the Marilyn Monroe collection. This one is called Scarlet Ibis. Packaging on this, just beautiful. And that's it. So the last two that I've shown you are my brighter reds. This is a very orangey based one. Really beautiful though. Very orange based red. So that's that one, and I know this is a bit crazy. I keep these ones in the boxes. When you line them up and you put them next to each other, you can actually make the picture on the box. That sounds a bit sad, but I'm a huge Marilyn Monroe fan, so yes. Now, my favourite red lipstick of all time, so much so that I have a backup of this one because it's so beautiful. Originally in the Disney Villains collection. I don't know if that is where it was originally. I know that that was where I know it from originally. So before that point, I don't know if it existed. But this one's called Heartless, and this is just such a perfect match for my skin tone, my hair, my eyes, everything. I love wearing this lipstick. And I have actually used quite a bit of this one. So I'm going to put this one in here. I just love that. That is so beautiful. That is perfect fire engine red. It really is. It just, oh, I love wearing that one. And that one is an amplified. I'd say that when it comes to MAC lipsticks, and particularly the darker colours, I do prefer mattes and amplifieds. Cream sheens are very nice, but I think I prefer them more for lighter colours. But there you can see. So that's 17 red lipsticks from MAC. In person, there is more difference between the swatches. You can see some are shiny, some are matte, some are bright, some more berry toned. They are very different in person, but I hope this has helped you, Katie. If I was going to go for a red, I think it'd probably be Ruby Woo. Just because Ruby Woo is just really such a beautiful colour. It's matte, so it's really long lasting on the lips. It's a really good lipstick, and that's really good. Dupes is really nice if you want to go for something darker, and then Ladybug is nice if you just want to go for something that is a wash of colour, and then New York Apple for a frost. But if you're just going for something that's not too out there, then definitely I would go for Ladybug, but Ruby Woo if you really want to go for that beautiful, really red. MAC red is also nice too. Russian red, not so much for me. It depends on your skin tone. I think I'm a bit pale for it, but I do rock it every now and then. But I hope you've enjoyed this video and that it's been helpful, and I will do more of these videos if you'd like to see them. I can do a one on my dark reds, I can do purples, nudes, peaches, whatever, bright pinks and bright colours. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these sort of videos showing my MAC lipstick collection. I'm happy to do that. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna love you and leave you and see you all soon.